Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing to these videos on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram at the Sita One. You could find daily posts of the tarot cards on Instagram and Sita's weekly tarot readings on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at the Sita One. My name is Sita. I'm an intuitive astrologer and psychic tarot reader, and I'm here to share with you the upcoming energies from May 21st to the 28th. First of all, I have to say happy birthday, Geminis. We're moving into Gemini season. Mercury, your ruler, is retrograde, and this goes for anybody's chart with Mercury. Unless you have a Mercury retrograde, it's really not going to affect you, but Mercury backing up from Gemini to the very slow, solid, safe Taurus is a big shift. So Mercury does align with the Sun in its retrograde, but it's really a brief. It's like ships passing in the night. Mercury's moving on to Taurus. So the Sun cannot get the stimulation of the mind or communication from Mercury, because Mercury is heading back to review things, to see where its comfort zone is, and it's not very talkative. Now, by the time Mercury conjuncts the Sun, I always find that the energy or the issues around a retrograde aren't really as intense as it could be, because the Sun has that powerful dynamic energy. Though as Mercury starts to retrograde more into Taurus, you may see a real slowing down. Remember, you're using this time to reflect, to work things out, to look at details of whatever situation you're trying to bring about, whether it's a project, or it could be a home renovation, or it could be planning a wedding. Look at it. You may want to have something a little more luxurious, and you have to look at whether financially that is going to work. So just think about that during this retrograde, and this is not going to end until June, so you have time. It's going to zip, the Sun is going to zip into Gemini, and but the ruler of Gemini is not talking, so the Sun is moving on. Mars sextiles with Pluto. Now, we have a few sextiles going on. Sextiles are good, they're opportunities, but it is Pluto. Mars, aggressive. Pluto wants the transformation. So this could be an opportunity to work out and negotiate something, whether it's in collective energy, like it could be a war, it could be other issues. It would be a good time. The Sun also sextiles Jupiter, so everything looks great, but opportunities may be unachievable. Now, we're talking about Mars, a lot of energy here, aggression. He is going into his native sign, his home sign, where he's really powerful, and he's going to want what he wants, and it's a kind of a very selfish energy, but it's an inspiring energy. It's motivating. Hits Jupiter, expansion. It's kind of blowing up the whole issue. Mars is the planet of war too, so Jupiter could put a benevolent spin on things, but it may not be as nice as we wish it would be. Having said that, Mars is about sports also and competition. So with hockey playoffs going on, other sports coming back again, you may find that there's a lot of enthusiasm for that, but this competitive environment has to be toned down somewhat. Jupiter promises everything and looks great. As the Sun sextiles Jupiter, those opportunities might not be achievable. You have to bring some practicality, Mercury, into it. It's in Taurus. Uranus is also in Taurus, asking us to look at things to release the old, to release the restrictions, and get this new perspective, to bring things into a more modern era. Now, Venus also makes a sextile with Saturn on the 24th, working with Saturn. So Venus is about desires, Saturn is about results, it's about hard work, it's about karma. So Venus will do what it needs to do, take the opportunity to bring its desires into reality by working with the restrictions and the authority necessary to make it happen. So think about that. Whatever your desires are, you do have to deal with what the structure is. And that structure brings things into reality, into material form. So think about that. As Mars moves into Aries, its home, it's ready to push forward to get what it wants. I already mentioned that as it conjuncts Jupiter, very expansive energy, but it could be an exaggeration. So watch what you hear. Watch people trying to motivate you in a certain direction. And if it's in a sales kind of environment, yeah, you might be dealing with that snake oil salesman, promising everything, pushing it forward, really aggressive techniques. But also, you can use this energy to motivate yourself. And Jupiter will expand something that you're working towards. A good example would be an exercise program. Maybe you're starting back to the gym. Maybe you're starting a new routine. Then you have a lot of positive energy motivating you to continue in that direction. Just don't overdo it. That's the problem here. So Mercury will trine Pluto, so communication may become intense, but maybe this is a way to bring everybody together and to talk so that there's a change in the narrative. So we'll see how that plays out. May 26th, Venus squares Pluto, so it's a challenge. It's a challenge to get what we want. Pluto wants you to do the deep work. It's not interested in your personal desires. So Venus is going into Taurus, where she's at home. So we have Mars in their home, Venus in its home in Taurus, and she's more comfortable. She's moving towards Mercury. So we'll see how that plays out also next week. May 28th is an exact conjunction of Mars and Jupiter, and we have a new moon in Gemini coming up. So if your birthday's around this time, then it's going to be a significant time for you with the new moon energy stimulating your chart. And all the air signs too, because there will be a nice harmonious energy with the air signs. So think about that. But remember, Saturn's in Aquarius, so it's requiring us to look at the big picture, at motivating us to make sure that we're facing our responsibilities to others, to the collective, to the community. So think about that. You can find these videos on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram at the Sita One. Don't forget to look for the daily tarot posts on Instagram and Sita's weekly tarot readings on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at the Sita One. I know this is a challenging time. We have this like energy of moving forward and then the energy of slow it down. But you can use this in a positive way. Just watch where you're putting your energy and then try to ground that energy by doing things like walking in nature, taking up a slower form of exercise, deep breathing, presence. All those things will help you as the energy moves forward. Now Mercury's in retrograde, so your mind is slowing down, but maybe that's a good thing. There's much too much social media, much too much exaggerated narrative in the news, and causing you to hook into your fear. Pluto's playing on that, saying, hey, how are you going to transform that? The old social structure is going up. Pluto's really intense right now. So think about those things and try to incorporate more self-care into your routine. Remember to take care of yourself and others, and I'll see you next time.